Talk to me more about this video and how you plan to help increase internal communications with it for corporations.
Thanks for having me on the show, Taylor. Yes, we just launched this product and we designed it for people to have something to say and made it possible for people to literally hold their ideas in their hands. Now, this is of course something that weathermen have been able to do for ages, but they've had an entire studio to do that. And so what we've done is made it possible for anyone with their laptop and the camera on that to be able to do this. And it's also possible to do not just in live situations in a meeting like the one we're doing now, it's also possible to do in recorded situations, so that unless you don't have to learn a complicated editing tool, you can actually create these presentations in a matter of minutes.
You know, Peter, this is a technology show, and I have guests on this program constantly talking about the remote workforce, really, that is going to be the future of all of these businesses. Is this really to help the future that is a remote workforce?
Definitely. I mean, Prezi is a company itself with a cross-continental setup, so I've flown 1 million miles myself in order to have engaging meetings. But it's hard to do engaging meetings, and particularly in a remote setup. And what we found with Prezi Video is that, yes, in fact, when you're able to hold these ideas in your hand, you create that personal and human connection that really engages more people. When we do webinars, for example, which we just started doing as we launched the product, we see that people engage much more and stay attuned to the message much longer.
Well, and along those lines, you had some fascinating statistics saying that on average, people lose attention after 18 minutes. U.S. employees seem to think that a video conference should be no longer than 24 minutes. What do you plan to do with those statistics?
Well, we think we're going to revolutionize the world of video. In fact, this has been our origin as a company. People choose Prezi today because it helps them to engage audiences, whether it is a remote situation like we're in right now, or in a live meeting. We have over now 100 million people who have said we're going to move away from slides and into the Prezi world. And they, in turn, have created actually the world's largest library of presentations that are available on our site now, over 400 million of them. Now, we know not just that this is important to a lot of people, we also know just how much more it is important. In fact, thanks to Harvard researchers, we can see that people who make this change, they are 25% more effective than those who only use slides.
Peter, another interesting note that struck me was that a person's face can go next to the video presentation, which sort of lends credibility because you want to account for that data because, frankly, your face is next to it. Are people comfortable with that?
What we see just in these 2 weeks that we've been around is definitely so. Of course, with younger generations, people are natural, already weathermen from the get-go. And for some older people, it might take a little bit of time getting used to it. But we definitely see a lot of excitement around it.
What can we expect from you next?
I think we will continue revolutionizing the workplaces, but also the schools. Think about it like this. You know, if you have your schedule in front of you and you see that a bunch of it is busy with meetings, how do you think most people react?
Who are you targeting in terms of a business perspective?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so what we see that most people, when they see these meetings, they react with dread. Oh no, we have a bunch of boring meetings. But it can even be worse than that. It can be a matter of life and death. In fact, there's only one tool in the world that has death associated with it. It's death by PowerPoint. And that's the engagement we like to change. We'd like to bring it to salespeople, marketing people, HR. These are the ones first to adopt Prezi in a company. But also in education, we have a lot of people meeting Prezi for the first time in schools. So it's teachers who care about engaging their students. They are among the first ones to adopt Prezi as well.